What is up, y'all? Happy New Year. My hair is a hot mess. That's all right. What is up, y'all? Happy New Year. Super duper excited to connect with y'all, to hang with y'all today, see what's been going on. Because, it's been a couple weeks and everybody was off and everybody is back to life now. And, if you're watching live, let me know in the chat how y'all are doing. Let me know how y'all are feeling today. Yes, my Texas sister right here. What is up, my dear? Super pumped to have you. How was your holiday? How was everyone else that's hopping in? Let me know how your holidays were, especially going into today. If you happen to catch my New Year's random video, just checking in, popping in, but I've been getting a lot of downloads, about loving on ourselves to step into who we're supposed to be, right? And really just kind of what I've been just seeing and feeling and getting confirmations from other places of the different things and energies in the universe right now, and just kind of all the things going on is really an exciting time. I mean, really just identify what it is we want and we can make it happen. Like that's how intense the energies are. It is manifesting so quick and it's amazing. It really is amazing because we're having a chance to shed things and continue to shed and love on ourselves and bring into this new everything. Just how we can, where we can go next, right? Where we can go next in our journey. How can we take it to that next step? And because one of the biggest things, y'all, you need to be aware of if you're not, is you want to make sure you're able to receive the things you're manifesting, right? The things you're putting out, because like that's literally how easy it is right now. When we can step into that right frequency to call in whatever it is we're trying to call in, we are fully stepping into that energetic signature to bring it here. And when it does, like, if you're not ready, it might not end up as well as you hoped, honestly. And I'm speaking from experience, legit. I have had one specific event many years ago, and I straight up was like, team, like expanded consciousness, I need you to tune in here too, because I don't ever want to go through that humiliation again. It was awful. It was totally awful. And um, because I let clients down at that point, I had to do a bunch of stuff. And it was like, and not that necessarily I was contractually bound to, but I just did it because it was like, and it wasn't intentional. It just things fell through. Right. And it was awful, and that was one of the big things I remember just, like, tuning in. I'm like, "Yo, do not let me get huge or, a ton of don't let me fully call this in if I'm genuinely not ready. Give me signs, give me, whatever it might be, however you interpret, that communication, give me information so that I'm not pulling all this in when I'm truly not ready." And, that's one of the biggest things. I started changing my mindset when I would hit a wall, when I would whatever it might be, right? That something came up and it was like, all right, hold on. What is it I'm not understanding? And I've legitimately got downloads was like, you're not ready to hear this. And I'm like, okay, well, help me make it. And unfortunately for me, my stubborn ass, I'm like, all right, well, if I can't have it now, like tell me, how do I do this? Like now just bring it all in. Let's all bring it in and figure it out so I can step forward. And um proceed with caution if you're like that as well, because I have totally had things that were just like smashed in my face. And I'm like, bro, this hit me a lot harder than I was expecting. And then it was like, you asked for that. And I'm like, oh, I did. And it's it's a beautiful blessing. And all things have lessons. And there's just so many amazing things going on. Y'all, what is up? All the people that are hopping in, much love to you, beautiful people. Let me know in the chat how y'all are doing. We are going to pray in here in a second. Just that is one of the things I was definitely guided to over this break, had tons of transformation. Oh, speaking of which, if you're in the community section, I did not do a meditation on Sunday like I was talking about that I would for the new moon. Normally, I do that if you're new here, just different stuff like that to just put that out there and be able to tune into that stuff. And there was a really amazing meditation I was brought to, just, divinely, of course, brought to it. And it was. Um, Something that was put on my heart because I was definitely feeling really tired, going through a lot of transformations myself. Sorry, I'm getting distracted as I'm reading. um, and what do you call it? And so it was just that's been one of the hugest things that I've been called to humble myself is like always wanting to show up when I say I'm going to show up, and, just doing all of these things to do my part and just blessing, like, obviously this is free, right? I always want to keep this interaction free. That's one of the things I've been struggling with finding uncensored platforms, because it's like this live feature where I can interact with y'all and see y'all and love on y'all. Um, and it's something that I really love. It's just something I really love. And so finding different ways to do this while not being censored and all of this other stuff is just, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out. I'm Girl, I'm feeling the same. That's where I feel like I've felt a lot of frustration personally, because I am trying to find something better. I'm trying to find something that I can just fucking open up and just go to town, and still have this live connection, still have this. And it's honestly, I'm waiting for Mr. T's platform. I'm very curious to see how that's going to pan out. Hopefully, especially with the amount of money they have, I'm sure that they can get some donations and get some stuff. And I even was like, shoot, I'll pay a subscription, you know, please let me, do my part and just give me a platform I can interact like this. I've been like, I was just looking through my fake book stuff too. Like, I'm being shadow banned like crazy, but whatever. And it's just, it's insane. All of it's insane. Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. I completely agree. Yeah. There's a lot of things going on right now. It's a beautifully chaotic time. That's about all I got on all of that. Because it's such a beautiful time. It's such a transformative time. And that's really where I had to come back to, like, humbling myself on Sunday, really in battle over that, because I'm like, was trying to get energy and everything. They were like, no, you're going to stay tired because you're not supposed to go on today, but you just don't want to listen. I'm like, oh, kind of a thing, legitimately. Because normally, like, if I'm not feeling well, or whatever, like for like this, right, this live interaction, I will go into meditation about it, like, boom, help me get some energy, let me get some clarity of thought, da 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 da. I always do it anyways to prepare, but it's like I'll add extra time to go into that. And I always, always, always gain that energy. The pain goes away, and it literally will go away for pretty much the entire day until normally the next day. And so it's, yeah, what the fuck? So not only stuff like that, but even like Instagram, they are also doing stuff like that too. There's like a whole thing. I did it a while ago, but like the updates will automatically switch to where all of your stuff is like not screened, but it's censored basically in a way, because like they put in all of these little security measures that are new. And if you don't know, to go looking for them, because like honestly, who pays attention to like what like they're like, oh, we updated this. You're like, cool, whatever. Like, dismiss. I know I do that even still today. I'm trying to be more proactive about it, but we're human. We're busy. We have such an information overload, and um society, life, right? And yeah, everything does happen for a reason. I love that. Thank you for that, because it's so true. Everything does happen for a reason, and I really just sat back and sat with this. It was, things that I had been putting into the universe, literally things like months ago, that I'm like, I want to learn this, I want to learn this, I want to learn this. You know what I mean? Just like my list, right? I'm like, because I've got clarity of thought that these are the things I need to deal with in order to get to that next phase. So I'm like, boom, let's do this. And my lesson on Sunday was to hold true space, completely like uninterrupted time, to process these things that were coming up. And it was so beautiful. And it was so like refreshing. Like, I've like been on fire. Like, even things that are happening, I'm just like, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna do this. And that's literally what right now is. It's like, we've been building, right? So think about it. Like, oh my gosh, I shared on my Telegram. It was like March, I think, of 2020. And because it was a podcast, right? That I shared on my Telegram channel. And I looked at it. I looked at it and I was like, that was almost 2 years ago. If you're interested in the podcast, highly recommend you listen. That's my Telegram channel. Hop on there because we've got a beautiful family of spiritual patriots, right? People who are awake. And, when I define a patriot, like I had someone who mentioned, like, oh, I wish I was an American, I'd be a, American patriot. And I was like, hold on. The way I look at this, I was like, yeah, that kind of definition before Pedo Joe took over, fraudulent office and all the fun stuff. Until that happened, like, I was proud to be an American, and I think that image, that pride, that, like, that strength, that resilience, that never giving up, that unwavering, willingness to fight for our freedoms, right? That is what we saw as, like, a patriot, and that's what I see because it's not just Americans. They all, like, look at all the countries that are going on. Honestly, the more I've learned and, like, dug into how fucked up our government and all the things are, I realize, 1, private school and anything else that is not your traditional public school, charter schools, my kids are in a public charter school. The community, the dynamic of the parents, the quality of the kid. And I don't say that in like a really, it sounds fucked up. And I kind of feel like about saying it, but it's true because it's like this, every child can't help with, when they're coming in and learning their, everything that they agreed to, right? You can't fault a child for being in their place of their journey if they've got jacked up parents, right? But at the same time, it's like, I don't want my kids to ever think that's normal, And so when I say like you have a better quality of children, of families, that's what I'm saying. Families that are stepping outside the traditional public school system, whether it be homeschool, online, if that's good for your child, which the mass majority of children are not. There are some personality types that it's cool with. So, that might be an option if you, which I'm pretty sure everyone's tried at this point. Who knows? But programs, specific programs meant for online might be good for your child. And then charter schools, like, apply to multiple of them. Look in the ones in your area, in your county. You should be able to search by your state and county because it's just like, I fully see us taking back control. I fully see us like badass stepping into our power, actively calling in all the things that were being brought forth that we were like, I want this, I'm working on this. Everything is coming to fruition. Everything that's been building this awakening. I mean, just think about it, right? Think about yourself. January 5th, 2020. What were you doing? I think about that and I'm like, oh my gosh, that legitimately feels like a lifetime ago. Legitimately. What was going on in the world at that point. I know I had already heard of like this virus. I had heard about it over the holidays in 2019, that there was some stuff going on. And I remember thinking, I'm like, that shit's about to spread as rampant as it seems to be running in Wuhan, that place. Is coming. So January 5th, 2020, what were you doing? What were your belief systems? What was your worldview? Oh my gosh, how many people have woken up since then? What was your worldview? How did you interpret the world? How did you interpret the medical community? Like, what were your feelings about jabs of all kinds? I mean, there's just so many things that have happened. And it's so amazing, you know? So amazing of what's been brought forth and just the downloads and stuff I was getting over the holidays and everything else was like we've got to come back to love on ourselves first, right? Oxygen breathing masks, airplane going down kind of situation goes on us first. Why? Because if we're down, we can't help no one else out because we can't even help ourselves out at that point. We can't even breathe. And it's it's a beautifully chaotic time for human existence. That is about the summary of it. What we want to call in is going to come in. What we want to, oh my gosh, you think about like the meditations and stuff we've been doing too. You know, all of the things that if you've been walking with me for a while, you'll have uh, absolutely heard me talk about a lot, like our prayers for humanity, everything else, like stuff we've been working on, stuff we've been collectively doing. Remember, we are exchanging energy. So like when we get into our meditation here in a minute, well, not a minute, but 10 minutes or so from now, um, we're going to be exchanging that energy. We're adding to that frequency with one another. And so then it doesn't matter when you watch this too. Like if you're divinely brought to this broadcast at any point in theoretical human existence of time, your energy is still connecting. You are still having this exchange with us, and we just continue. It's just an amplified experience. And so, what I was asking was, what were you doing on January 5th, 2020? Right. I started finding out about, I remember thinking about, like, and preparing, like, well, what do we know about this? Right. Because I was trying to dig more into this about the virus on January 5th, 2020. Then I found out about it over the holidays of 2019. And so going into it, but it's like, how did you grow in these last 2 years? Like we've had 2 years to build, excuse me, and call into, heal from all of these things, awaken to. And then now we're in this time where everything's coming into fruition. So what it is we've been wanting is coming. What it is we are wanting to bring in is absolutely coming. And it's it's insane, but it's also amazing and beautiful and emotional. That's the other thing. I was recently challenged to do a 22-minute a day silent meditation. Um, and I hadn't done silent meditation, like dead silent, in forever. I always do like guided, or I always have like music playing, something like, I'm talking dead silent. And it was different. And it has allowed me also to start just processing more things, bringing stuff up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't thought about that. Or, oh my gosh, I haven't, whatever, and forever. And remember though, like when stuff is coming up, when emotions, when memories, things like that are coming up, we are then able to love on and heal it. Right? Of course, going back to loving on ourselves. And that means even accepting us, right? Accepting us. I am where I am right now. Good, bad, or otherwise, I am where I am right now. And I can change it. I can make better choices. But I'm not going to sit here and judge and hate on and diminish myself. Right? Now, if you're doing things that are not so great, obviously, don't stay there, but you can't move forward if you're hating yourself either. Like you can't move forward if you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm a whatever," all kinds of things, right? Negative things. Now I'm going to put that shit out into existence. I'm whatever. You're then meeting that resistance where you can't move forward. And all the stuff that we've been doing these meditations over, where we've been calling in like humanity, waking up, those scales coming off their eyes, anybody? Being able to call in that and really just hold space for that to come in is happening. Like I posted on my Instagram and I think the Telegram too, where talking about like AOC and like what is she doing and how many, just like, shit is so broad. I was laughing. I'm like, well, if it is true that AOC specifically is, quote unquote, working for the good guys, um, then she's doing an amazing job at, making herself look bad and taking away her credibility. You're sitting up there in New York with, I've seen videos legitimately where like they're literally recording the entire time. Nobody's muzzled, nobody's anything, right? They get ready to do a photo op and she's like, oh, muzzles. Everyone puts them on pretty much except for like maybe a couple people. And It's insane, right? It is insane what they want you to believe. And of course, then going down to Florida and getting a bit intoxicated, whether or not that's really her, whether or not she is, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that people will see. People will see. Oh my gosh. What was it? The Christmas phone call. I think I'm almost certain I shared it on Telegram. If not, please call me out. I'll have to double check because I should have. But that, what do you call it? It was some guy or whatever, the video I'm thinking of that I'm certain I shared had both actually someone recording on both sides. So Peto Joe and the missus, on the phone call, a guy is talking about like, yeah, Merry Christmas and let's go, Brandon. And where he was like, let's go, Brandon. I agreed. I'm just like, and he could be, honestly, I've seen so much shit where he's probably not even himself half the time. So then again, of course, that goes into where it's like, how much more blatant do people need to be that, things are just not right, however they actually are, and whatever they actually look like. But people are waking up. People are like, how many boosters do you want me to get? Look, I did my due diligence. I got my stuff. And if it's still not working, like, no, I'm not for this. You know, what was it? Was it Italy or was it France? I'm trying to remember a little bit ago. They were literally burning their jab cards where they're like, none of us, you will be able to not tell if any of us are or are not. So like there was a huge thing with that. And it is a beautifully chaotic time to be alive in this human existence. Um, yeah. That's exactly what it was. Exactly. Um, yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I really feel like that too, Greg, where there's some crazy shit. Like there's some big shit coming. And I don't know when. I mean, but we've been feeling it too, where it's like, but it really seemed to take a turn after the first. And I think for me, just really needing to stay quiet and have that ability to really just allow myself to not to for it to be okay to not show up and be like, hey, I need to have a day of quiet. I'm going through some shit. I'm processing my stuff and that's okay. And I think we put so much pressure on ourselves, honestly, to be whatever expectation we have. And it's like, it's okay to be human. It's okay to have things happen. And you need to step back and be like, oh my gosh, I need to figure this out. Right. And it's absolutely okay. And that's really where, the message today, where I was getting those downloads relating to loving on ourselves, accepting us for where we are and not saying that we should stay there, especially if it's toxic or not a good place. I'm not saying like stay, but it's okay. It's okay to love yourself. It's okay to love yourself and see where you're at and say, I'm going to make a change. And so that, y'all, is what I want to challenge y'all to for sure relating to this next week. I want to know. Next week when we come back, y'all, I want to have y'all check in and let me know. I'm writing it out. Hold on. Because there was an extra one I was wanting to add in. So the first thing I want y'all to do every single morning, set your alarm for like 10 minutes early. Get like a dollar, dollar 25, y'all. The Dollar Tree. I love going there to get like arts and crafts for like my kids because like we do like a one-on-one night and stuff with each other. And so I go to the Dollar Tree and I get inexpensive like little things for us to do. Well, because of inflation, it is now a dollar 25. So I've called it the dollar 25 tree. And I was just laughing. My daughter was sitting there. She was like, dollar 25, mom, you gotta have a dollar 25 now. It's no longer the Dollar Tree. Oh my gosh, I was roaring. She's 11. She just turned 11 and I'm rolling. My kid is hilarious. But anyways, at the dollar 25 tree, You can get one of like a little like composition book, something like this. This is mine. I keep it in my because I as soon as I get up, I have clothes laying on the floor next to my bed that I'm supposed to put on. I get up, I'm pull all my sheets back, make my bed really quick, throw my clothes on, grab my water, come over here, and start to get into meditation and journaling and stuff. And just that's my routine. It's what I have found for me works, something like that. If you have families, my biggest recommendation is legitimately get up before the kids. Even if it's 10, 15 minutes before your kids are supposed to wake up, get up from your kid or before your kids, because once you start rolling, like unless like your kids literally go to school and like nobody's home, which that is my life, but I'm also working. So, that balance can sometimes be incredibly difficult. And honestly, unless I actually put an alarm or something on my phone as like an event, an appointment, I will generally forget. And so start your day with that meditation. Start your day with something, and literally, even if it's just one goal, one thing you want to accomplish, just one, literally one. It could literally be, email my divorce lawyer. What is it you're avoiding? Especially something that is like causing stress, and you're like, oh my gosh, but you have to like respond to your divorce lawyer, right? For something they ask. And that can be incredibly stressful. And so, like, of course, you're going to be like, no, I don't want to deal with it. Or, up, it's bedtime. I'm so tired. I can't email. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it later. And that's the one you want to do, right? That's your one goal for the day. Writing it out makes you held accountable to yourself. And also, you're dealing with something that is relatively doesn't take a lot of time, but at the same time, it's something that's important. So, one important goal every single day. I want you to hold yourself accountable. And the next thing is to try out the silent um, meditation, right? And for you to literally, you can go on to Insight Timer. That's where I have like my guided meditations. A lot of the time is where I get them from. They literally have let me show you. It's a like a silent meditation bell. And so like when you go on, right, it should wow, this is taking forever. You'll be able to do I was going to show you, you'll be able to do a silent bell. It's acting weird, but be able to do a silent bell. There it goes. And be able to choose like up to, that's whatever. They changed their app. Now they updated and I'm not paying attention. Doesn't matter. Anyways, there's multiple ways you can do it with a bell, where it's like, teach yourself that discipline once you turn on the thing, that until it chimes and lets you know, hey, you're done, you don't even look at your phone, right? And just start with 5 minutes. Absolutely. It literally goes by so quick that it doesn't even seem like it's that long, legitimately. The hardest part is starting. That is literally, it's like, imagine trying to like push a boulder, right? Just even straight across, right? That first step to get it like up out of its spot and just like that, it's hard, right? Once it's moving, it's so much easier to like keep it moving. But that initial just like push is incredibly difficult. And with that happening, it's, you got to remember, and that's where I see like, and I really agree with Greg, where he was talking about the next couple weeks um, is going to be intense. And I totally agree, because it's we're in that place, right? We're trying to get this thing pushing, and boom, we're going to pop free. And then it's just going to be so much easier. And so that's one of the biggest things I want y'all to hold space for with yourself as we go about net for the next week, y'all. If you didn't catch it, we are doing a challenge. The first thing is to journal one goal every morning. Get your notebook at the $1.25 tree. Thanks, inflation. To get them from there, so that something inexpensive, right? It's gonna be one of the harder things too. Well, it just costs so much to buy this, especially if money's super tight, but most people can come up with $1.25. And if you drink coffee every day, then give up one coffee. That's it, right? You'll be fine. And then the next one is in the morning, right? As you're doing your 10 minutes, right? Total of 10 minutes first thing in the morning. Boom, get up, stand up, get out of your bed, like move so you're not going back to sleep. Journal one good thing in the morning and then sit in silence for 5 minutes and allow yourself. One of the things that was piece of advice that was gifted to me was be curious about the silence in between, right? So when you're looking into the like you're listening to life. I can hear music in the distance. And there's a space between every note that I hear, the bass and stuff. There's a space. Where's the space? Where's the space? So look for the silences in between all of the noises. Is your cat purring? Because that was this morning. My cat was purring. And I was playing with it. I was like, oh my goodness, like trying to like catch when it was silent, right? And just really being observant over that. And it like that's what I'm saying. Like when my alarm went off, that bing, done. I was like, oh my gosh, that was so fast. And one of the things when it comes to manifesting and playing and tuning into all of that, right? Play and fun, joy is going to be like your literal ticket into accessing that realm, into being able to really just tune into that ability to tune in is through joy, it's through play, it's through having that just genuine enjoyment of everything that's going on, right? Let me know in the chat, y'all, if you have any specific prayer requests. I do know that obviously we just have the holidays. Maybe some people are really struggling. I'm going to get my singing bowl and stuff. We're going to hop into this meditation. We're going to love on ourselves and each other. It's going to be beautiful. I love it. Let me know in the chat, though, if y'all need some like extra love. And then we're going to tune into this. That was literally my hugest struggle this entire break was just tuning into the things that maybe I need to learn a little better and stuff, and absolutely making sure that everyone, I'm talking get up before everyone and make time for yourself. Our mental health is so important. Our ability to think clearly, articulate, um, it's so important. Which, of course, we can have so many pressures from so many outside sources. Where did it go? That there it is. It can be hard to make time for that. It can be, and especially like I know for me, especially on the weekends when my kids are up, my family is up. Man, there is so much stimulation, and it's like I'm exhausted. I want to go to sleep when they go to sleep at like 9. I'm not trying to stay up and try to like because I'm just gonna go to sleep versus like I'm fully awake, right? And I'm completely in tune with it and all of that stuff. Totally. Yeah, Greg was here. I'm not sure if he still is, but yeah, I hope y'all had an amazing meditation holiday. Let's get into this meditation. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I'm calling in 4,400,000 guides, angels, higher dimensional beings, God, and our higher conscious self to come into this space to connect with us, to divinely guide us and teach us everything that we need to learn, to understand, to comprehend, to step into that next phase, this next aspect of our journey with that love, that guidance, that divine intuition and understanding and knowledge and guidance to this next step of what it is we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to move, and just to help love on us and just being here. And I thank you so much for that. I thank you so much for this divine interaction, this energetic exchange with everybody, connecting our heart and our soul to each other, really having that ability to tune in with one another and tap in and just love on each other with this beautiful heart space energy today. And just Ooh, I'm so excited. Thank you. Thank you for this blessing. Thank you for this time. Thank you for this opportunity to hold space with everyone who is or is going to be watching and having this energetic exchange and just loving on each other and filling up our cups with each other. And I thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for being you. I thank you for being here. I thank you for showing up. And I thank you for simply being you. And so it is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all, go ahead and get comfortable. However that looks. As you are sitting or standing or even laying down, I want you to feel where your body is making contact with the ground. Feel into the space. And as you are feeling where the contact is being made, I want you to imagine swirling energy occurring beneath you wherever you're making contact with the ground. Feeling this activating energy pulling you down. Feeling that comfort rise through your body. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Feel that swirling energy pulling you down. Feeling into that comfort, that loving space. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Now I want you to imagine a little fish hook on the back of your pants, pulling your hips forward, pulling your belly in, your chest out, and your shoulders back. Take your gaze up and back. As you feel your body open up, feel the energy coming down from your root down in your pelvic bowl. Feeling that energy filling up your entire body as it comes through the roof of your head, the top, the consciousness, through that consciousness, and into the higher realms. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Feel that energy flowing up from your root all the way through your entire body. Feeling that energy rising through the top. Feeling that energetic connection. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Feel this energy starting to lap over and creating an infinite loop. Feeling your body starting to charge and tingle and starting to activate, allowing for all of your divine energy to start filling up your entire physical body. Feeling the energy activate, take a deep breath in. Let it out. With your hand on your chest over your heart space, the left or the right, it doesn't matter, whatever feels best to your body. I want you to breathe in 2 short breaths. So and then breathe out for 3 seconds. So as you breathe in, 2 short breaths, breathe out 3 seconds. And as you start to breathe like this, your body will actually get to a point where all of a sudden it just grasps a significantly more air. You'll just almost be forced to breathe in that aspect. And as you draw into that deep breath, pull in that extra oxygen, allow your body to fall into that relaxation. It may happen right away. It may take a minute. But breathe like this into it until your body enters that relaxation. Hopefully your body has relaxed by now. And if it hasn't, don't worry, just keep doing it. Your body will relax. Continue to breathe like that until your body enters that state of relaxation if you are not already there. And if you are there, as you're sitting here, hopefully feeling all gooey and relaxed, I want you to feel the energy in your chest, in your heart space, that loving energy. And I want you to picture something you just like truly love, something that just like melts your heart. You're just like, oh my gosh, I love you. Something that just genuinely gets you deep in the feelings of your heart space, deep in that loving energy. And hold into this space where you're holding into that love and just feeling into that, just allowing it to overwhelm your body. Allowing it to just take over and tingle and ignite and feeling that activated energy into your entire space. Just loving into it. Allow it to completely consume you in a positive way. And as you're physically feeling this entire thing taking over your body in a healthy, positive, high vibrational, joyful way, I want you to imagine yourself standing in front of a mirror, and there you see yourself. And regardless of what emotions just came up and presented themselves to you, good, bad, or otherwise, I want you to hold space for these things. I want you to hold space for all the things that you're seeing in the mirror, thoughts that are coming forward. I want you to hold space. I want you to allow it to present yourself, even if it's ugly, even if it's like, oh, I don't want to look at that. You need to look at it, and it's okay. Good, bad, or otherwise. Doesn't matter. No judgment here. We are just simply looking at, acknowledging, and holding space for whatever it is that's presenting itself to you. And as you are holding this space, I want you to go back to that little thing you were just looking at a little bit ago that was just making your heart melt and just like this ooey gooey mess, and just like allowing yourself to enter into that deep loving space. And as you're looking at yourself in the mirror and allowing yourself to feel into that ooey gooey space that just melts your heart and allows you to have love, I want you to imagine you then giving yourself a high five in the mirror, looking yourself dead in the eyes, and telling yourself, I love you. You got this. We are going to be okay. As you are imagining yourself high-fiving, giving yourself that just beautiful pep talk, repeat after me. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. As you are imagining yourself looking in the mirror, loving on yourself, repeat after me. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. breath in. Let it out. As you are allowing yourself to feel into all the things coming up, no judgment. As we hold space here for a moment, I want you to go back to that quick breathing, that short in breath, out breath. Even better if you can hold it just a little bit for 3 seconds. So in, hold for 3 seconds, out for 3 seconds, until your body completely relaxes. Hopefully your body has had a chance to relax by now. And as you continue to imagine looking at yourself dead in the eyes in the mirror, allowing yourself to just hold space for simply being you, your beautiful self, and all of your crazy mess, regardless of how you think it looks. You are beautiful, you are worthy, you deserve to be here, and you have a mission to accomplish. As you look yourself in the mirror, dead in the eyes, repeat after me. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Fill into this space. Allow yourself to feel however it feels, without judgment. Holding space for whatever is and has presented itself to you. However it looks, good, bad, or otherwise, there's no judgment here. Feel into this space. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. If you're ready, come back. If not, no worries. Stay in this beautiful high. Do recommend everyone take their time when getting back to whatever they plan to do next. Remember that you are worthy. You have a divine purpose. To every morning, journal one important thing that you need to do, one goal, one task, and hold space for even 5 minutes and listen to the silence. To just allow yourself to get creative and joyful and having a blast within your own space. I love y'all so much. I will see you next Wednesday at 12:30 Central Standard Time. We did have a little bit of technical issues, so I apologize for hopping on a little bit late. But, technology, generally 12:30 Central Standard Time on Wednesdays for our Patriots spiritual lunch chat. I love y'all.